A Home for Humphrey. Age range 3 to 6. Author Nico Barber. Illustrator Nico Barber. For Lola. In the caves above the forest, the bears were settling down for their long winter sleep. But one cave was still empty. It was supposed to be Humphrey's cave, but this year he had nobody to keep him company. According to the other bears, he was big enough by now to spend the winter alone. But Humphrey certainly didn't feel big enough to be spending the whole winter by himself in a big dark cave. Leaving the bears and the caves behind him, Humphrey set off to find himself a new winter den down in the forest with the other animals. But things didn't get off to a very good start. And soon went from bad to worse. He searched high and low and everywhere in between, but he just didn't seem to fit in anywhere. By the end of the week, he was cold and exhausted and still no closer to finding a home for the winter. When the first snowflakes began to fall, Humphrey had no choice but to head back to his lonely cave on the hill. In the evening gloom, the cave looked bigger, darker, and scarier than ever. Summoning up all his courage, he took a deep breath and stepped inside. Humphrey was astonished to discover that the cave wasn't empty after all. One of the bats was still awake, and she seemed very happy to see him. When Humphrey told her about his adventures in the forest, the little bat had a jolly good chuckle. Now that he was safe and warm, even Humphrey was able to see the funny side. They both agreed that a cave really was the only place to spend the winter, and that it was high time they settled down for their big sleep. Now that he had the bats to keep him company, Humphrey decided that this must be the warmest and coziest cave he had ever known. Soon, the little bat and the bear were both sleeping peacefully, and there they stayed all winter long. Right through until the spring. High five.